Like, I post what I want to post. I'm not pushing Biden's agenda, as Fox News would like to call it. I'm talking about my opinion.
I really want to believe you, Harry, but let's roll the tape and let people decide for themselves if you're saying the truth.
So the Trump supporters really? So we have some massive news that could prove that Donald Trump is, as it stands, it appears that Donald Trump is, so get this, folks. You know how Trump supporters, guys, you gotta see this. It's hilarious. So Donald Trump is, so folks, don't get your hopes up that this is hilarious. So you know how Donald Trump, folks, we have some massive breaking news that is terrible for Donald because of Donald Trump. So according to reports, the Secret Service have been doing their homework about a potential Trump indictment. So according to reports, this is the expected schedule for Donald Trump.
Now let me ask everyone, does a normal 20-year-old talk about Donald Trump like 100 times a day, every week of every month? Not accounting for the fact you've been to the White House, 3 times? You have pinned videos with Obama. Like, bro, if you were trying to make it seem like you're not being paid by the DNC, you're making a very bad case for yourself. Let's let the people be the judge of it. What do you think?
Okay, everybody, in this video, I'm going to give you a little crash course on journalism. Using a very simple example, I'm going to show you how a story becomes an angle. And today's example are these two guys. Harry Sison, who you know is typical Democrat, and his buddy Chris Mowry. Now, the general way that a story begins is that a reporter sees something that doesn't quite make sense to them. And in this case, the thing that doesn't make sense is how have these two guys gained such traction so quickly? I mean, if you look at Harry's Twitter account, it literally says it was made in December 2011 when he would have only been 8 years old. Chris Mowry says he only sent his first political tweet a couple months ago and is not owned by any administration and doesn't work for the DNC. So you see that and you think to yourself, how did these guys blow up so quickly into these liberal TikTok stars? Well, the second part of a story is you look at a common denominator between the two things that don't make sense. And if you look at the bios of those two guys, they have the same exact email address, PalletMGMT. So now we figure out what exactly that is. And they have a website, Pallet Management. It says that they are a talent management company that represents brands and content creators. It says that they provide public relations services and they even have an in-house counsel. So Chris and Harry, whose content is pretty much identical to each other, also have the same talent management company. At which point you get to step 3. Figure out who's funding all of this. And a quick check of FEC records shows that Pallet Management is being paid by the Democrat National Committee. They were paid over $200,000 for paid media and online advertising. When a bunch of liberal content creators visited the White House a couple months ago, the trip was organized with the help of the founder of Pallet Management. And the DNC even paid them a retainer in order to cover their travel costs and expenses. So there you have it, folks. They claim they're not being paid, but they are in fact being paid. Whenever you see something like this, it never happens naturally. There's always somebody or something behind the scenes controlling everything. And in this case, it's the DNC that's paying these kids a lot of money through a talent management company in order to spread their propaganda online. If I wanted to go even further on this story, I would look up what their parents do for a living. If I had to take a wild guess, I would say that it's probably something corporate in high finance, something that would get you very well connected politically. And finally, you come up with a juicy headline to put on top of it. Tell me what you think this one should be in the comments.